What if I told you that you could build more muscle just by thinking about it? Sounds crazy, right? You see it all the time. Guys loading up the bar, swinging and flailing all over the place, and getting absolutely nowhere. They think it's all about moving the weight from point A to point B. But that couldn't be further from the truth. What they're missing is the mind-muscle connection. The mind-muscle connection isn't a gym myth. It's a scientifically proven phenomenon that can transform your gains. In this video, we're diving deep into how your brain and muscles communicate during your workouts and why that connection is the key to unlocking maximum strength and hypertrophy. Alright, so let's break down this whole mind-muscle connection thing. The mind-muscle connection is the conscious link between your brain and your muscle fibers during exercise. In the simplest terms, it's all about creating a direct link between your brain and the muscles you're trying to work. Instead of just going through the motions and moving weight from point A to B, you're consciously focusing on that muscle, feeling it contract and work throughout the entire range of motion. When you master this connection, you're essentially telling your brain to send more power to those specific muscle fibers. This means more motor units are activated, leading to stronger contractions and ultimately more growth. Imagine your muscle is like a car engine. Without proper communication, it runs inefficiently. But when you truly focus, it's like fine-tuning the engine for peak performance. Have you ever wondered if your workout is truly targeting the muscle or if you're just going through the motions? So, how do we build this superpower? Well, it all starts with understanding how your brain and muscles communicate. Okay, so we know that the mind-muscle connection matters, but how does it actually work? What's going on inside your body to make this happen? Well, it all comes down to your nervous system. Every time you decide to move, your brain's motor cortex, the command center for movement, sends electrical signals down your spinal cord to your muscles, telling them to contract. At the neuromuscular junction, the neurotransmitter acetylcholine is released, triggering muscle contraction. Picture it as the conductor of an orchestra, ensuring every instrument or muscle plays in perfect harmony. Think of acetylcholine as the spark that ignites the engine of your muscle. But here's the key. By consciously focusing on the muscle you're working, you can actually amplify these signals. It's like turning up the volume on a speaker. This increased neural drive leads to what we call motor unit recruitment. The more motor units you can activate, the stronger the contraction and the more muscle you'll build. If you really focus on squeezing your bicep at the top of the curl, you're gonna light up way more motor units and get a much better workout. Studies using electromyography have shown that conscious muscle activation during training can increase muscle fiber engagement by up to 22%. That's like adding extra horsepower to your workout. What if you could control every rep with 100% focus? Would you see a difference in your gains? Alright, now let's talk about why this all matters. We know that the mind-muscle connection can increase muscle activation, but how does that translate into actual gains? First off, more focus means more neural drive, means more muscle fiber recruitment. By engaging more muscle fibers, you create more micro tears in the muscle tissue. This is the stimulus your body needs to rebuild and grow bigger and stronger muscles. Secondly, a strong mind-muscle connection helps you target both your slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers more effectively. By engaging both types of fibers, you're maximizing your muscle growth potential. The mind-muscle connection also plays a crucial role in improving your strength gains. By preventing compensatory movements, you isolate the target muscle, ensuring pure strength gains. When you're fully engaged in the movement, you're able to recruit the right muscles at the right time, which means you're lifting the weight more efficiently. This leads to better muscle isolation and reduces the risk of injury. A strong mind-muscle connection helps maintain proper form, reducing the risk of joint strain and muscle imbalances. Could mastering this connection be the missing link between your current strength and the next level of gains? Imagine trying to build a skyscraper with a shaky foundation. Without precise control, you end up with structural weaknesses. The mind-muscle connection is like a steel framework that supports your muscle building process. Alright, so now that you understand the science and the benefits, let's talk about how to actually improve your mind-muscle connection. Don't worry, this isn't some kind of Jedi mind trick. It takes practice and focus, but anyone can do it. First and foremost, slow down. One of the biggest mistakes I see people making is rushing through their reps. Instead, focus on performing slow, controlled reps, really feeling the muscle contract and stretch throughout the entire range of motion. Focus on the eccentric or lowering phase to enhance neural activation. Next, don't be afraid to lift lighter. I know, everyone wants to lift heavy, but when it comes to developing a strong mind-muscle connection, lighter weights are your friend. Start with about 60 to 70% of your 1 rep max and focus on squeezing the muscle at the top of each rep. This approach helps build a strong foundation before you move on to heavier lifts. Visualization is another powerful tool. Before you even touch the weight, take a few seconds to visualize the muscle you're going to work. Picture it contracting and relaxing. Feel the tension building. It's like pre-programming your muscles to fire up like a well-oiled machine. Here's a cool trick. Try physically touching the muscle you're working. This tactile feedback can help you tune into the sensations of the movement and improve your mind-muscle connection. Many elite athletes use self-massage techniques to increase body awareness and improve performance. Another great technique is to incorporate isometric holds into your training. This involves pausing at the peak contraction of an exercise for 1 to 2 seconds, really squeezing the muscle hard. How powerful could your workouts be if you could hold each contraction just a bit longer? Finally, don't underestimate the power of pre-activation exercises. These are light isolation movements that you perform before your main compound lifts to wake up the muscle you're targeting. Perform a set of cable flies before your bench press to enhance chest activation. Alright, now let's get specific. How do you apply the mind-muscle connection to different muscle groups? Here are some of my top tips. For chest, instead of just thinking about pushing the weight during a bench press, focus on squeezing your pecs together at the top of the movement. What if you could literally feel your chest fibers contracting with every rep? For biceps, don't just swing the weight up during your curls. Really focus on contracting your biceps hard at the top of the movement. Imagine your biceps as steel cables tightening with every contraction. For glutes, to really target your glutes during squats and hip thrusts, focus on squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. Could your next leg day be the turning point for your booty gains? For back training is all about pulling, but instead of just thinking about pulling the weight towards you, focus on pulling with your elbows rather than your hands. Think of your back as a set of wings. Each pull brings you closer to soaring strength. For quads, focus on pushing through the balls of your feet during exercises like squats and leg presses. For hamstrings, focus on pressing through your heels during exercises like deadlifts and leg curls. Your legs are like pistons. Each press should be controlled and powerful. Remember, mastering the mind-muscle connection takes time and practice. Is there any scientific evidence that the mind-muscle connection actually works? A 2018 study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research showed that subjects who focused on their chest during bench press had significantly higher pectoral activation. A 2016 study by Schoenfeld et al. Showed that focusing on a muscle during training leads to better hypertrophy and greater electromyographic activation. Arnold Schwarzenegger famously credited visualization and the mind-muscle connection as keys to his legendary physique. Some research suggests that even a few extra seconds of conscious focus during each rep can increase muscle fiber recruitment by over 20%. Imagine if every rep you performed was 20% more effective. What could that do for your gains over time? So there you have it. The mind-muscle connection is not some mystical force. It's a scientifically proven way to maximize your muscle growth, strength, and performance. If you're just going through the motions in the gym, you're leaving massive gains on the table. But when you master this skill, when you learn to harness the power of your mind to control your muscles, that's when you unlock your true potential. Remember, your muscles don't grow in the gym. They grow when you recover, reinforced by the neural signals you send during each rep. Mastering this connection can be the key to unlocking unprecedented gains. What if you could tap into the full potential of every muscle you work? Are you ready to train smarter, not just harder? If you found this video insightful, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more science-backed fitness strategies. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's unlock those gains together. See you next time. Keep watching MedGroww and take care of yourself.